As long as humanity exists in this world, one thing we'll definitely need of is electricity. Everything from the smartphone to the laptop you're watching this video in right now to the lights in your home, you will always need electricity. And as of today, more than half of India's electricity demand is being met through non-renewable sources. When something like coal is used to generate electricity, a lot of harmful gases like sulfur dioxide and mercury are released into the atmosphere. This causes a lot of problems, including global warming, and it will eventually lead to a very bad state for humanity. And this is why the government has set the target of 50% renewable energy capacity by the year 2030. The PM's Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana has been introduced in this budget. And with this mega project, the government is planning a huge investment into the renewable sector and especially into the solar sector. So first, let's look at why solar, and if solar, then what are all the listed companies that will benefit from this move and especially from this scheme. This is Ajay Ajith. Welcome to Market Feed. The major renewable energy sources in India currently are solar, wind, hydroelectric and biomass. And out of all these, solar energy is the most favorable for these four reasons. The first one is it is environment friendly. Solar power, yes, it is a renewable source of energy where just the rays of the sun hitting the solar panel is enough for you to generate electricity from that. It is the cheapest form of electricity in all throughout history, and it is even cheaper than burning coal and even gas in most of the developed countries. And after installation, there are no direct harmful effects to the environment at all. The second reason is low operating costs, because once this is set up, a routine cleaning and looking after the solar panels is the only thing that is enough. There is no requirement for large scale further investments or even repairs such as in the case of something like a hydroelectric project. You just need to keep the solar panels clean and in good physical condition. The third one is scalability. Even currently, solar panels are used from anywhere from rooftops to even satellites. This scalability will ensure that due to economies of scale, as we produce more and more solar panels across the world, the cost of this technology will keep on coming down. And the fourth one is energy independence. You do not need to depend on anyone, including the government. If you live in a remote area and there is no direct electric lines accessible to that location, still you can generate power using the solar power technology. Any individual can set up solar plants in their home or across their business, and there are no huge upfront costs to it, unlike wind energy or even hydroelectric energy. So yes, coming back to the plan, by 2070 the government of India aims to be 100% generating energy from renewable sources, and by 2030 the goal is to reach 50%. And do remember two things that we have to do here. One is that we need to replace the current non-renewable sources of energy that we are producing currently, and also at the same time cater to the growing demand of India as a country. By 2030, we'll need a lot more energy to reach that level. So looking at all of these advantages, the government has decided that solar energy is the way to go, and that is the future that we are here to talk about. With the PM's Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana, more than 1 crore households are set to get solar panels attached on top of their houses free of cost. For kickstarting this project, the Finance Ministry has kept aside 10,000 crores in the recent budget. But we'll get to why this opportunity is much larger than that. So what the government is pitching to the residents of the country is that, hey, you just stay at your own house, and if feasible, we'll come there and we'll install solar plants on top of your house for no additional cost at all. And with this, you as a resident, your electricity bill will come down drastically. So what is the catch here? You as a resident, you can utilize only 300 units using the scheme. From the solar power which is generated in your own home, you can only use 300 units of that, above which you'll have to pay the normal amounts. If your consumption is much lower than that, then the government will take the extra electricity, feed it back into the grid, and then all is well and good. And since this whole project will be structured just like a loan, whatever extra units you are sending back into the grid, for that the government will be calculating it as an EMI amount and be paying off that loan. And all of these loans, as we understand today, will be undertaken by PSU industries. So win-win, right? You as a resident, your electricity bill is going to go down drastically, and for the government, they can send all that extra energy back into the grid, and amazing amazingly reach their target of 50% renewable energy consumption by the year 2030. So let's do a simple math here. The government is counting on the fact that you as a resident will not be using anywhere close to 300 units. Maybe they'll even be picking the right households who do not have anywhere close to that consumption. So to generate 300 units of energy from a solar power plant, you'll be needing multiple lakhs of investment, and that is where the government is saying they'll do all of this for free. You do not have to worry about it. So multiple lakhs of investment into 1 crore households. You can imagine how much money is going to be flowing into this industry. So that's why we are here. We are here to discuss about a few stocks which I think will be hugely benefited by this government move. So the first company that we have to discuss is NHPC. It's a public sector undertaking, which means that it is a government company, and what they do is they focus on creating renewable energy projects, right? That's all they do. And currently they focus on hydroelectric projects. But if we're looking closer into their annual report, you can see a lot of stuff is happening other than even hydroelectric projects. As you can see here, 320 megawatt solar power project in Bikaner, Rajasthan. You can see a 200 megawatt solar power plant in Gujarat. But keep all of that aside, a huge project of 10,000 megawatts solar project has been undertaken in the state of Rajasthan in 2022, and through all of these solar projects the company is surely to benefit. And the second company is Borosil Renewables. If you're looking at what they're doing, basically they're creating solar glass which is going to be used in the production of solar panels. So when this huge multiple lakh crores worth of project is coming in, Borosil Renewables is surely to benefit. And if you're quickly looking at how their sales have done in the past multiple years, you can see that in 2014 they were having a sales of just 156 crore rupees, but over the last 12 months they have generated sales of nearly 1400 crore rupees. Their profit after tax is not huge, but they're undertaking a lot of projects for the future, which can surely yield them good results in the long term. The third company has been in the news for the last many months. Basically, it is called as IREDA. What this company does is they are engaged in the business of promoting, developing and extending financial assistance for new and renewable energy projects. So you get it right. Whenever the government needs large funding to finance all of their huge mega projects like all the renewable projects which are coming up, they will need a business like IREDA, a company like IREDA, to extend them the financial support to act like a bank. So earlier we talked about how the PM's Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana is going to be structured in the form of loans for the residents, right? And all of those loans, we can assume most of it will be financed by this government company which is called as IREDA. So do have it in your watch list as well. Now the fourth company is just getting listed in the NSE SME segment, which means it's a very small company, but it is surely a very promising company. So during its IPO, which is going on right now, the share price, offer price was nearly 100 rupees, and just right now as I am recording this, the grey market premium is huge. It is going to list at nearly 100% gain. That's how much investors trust this company. So Alpex Solar Limited is engaged in the manufacturing of solar panels directly into it. There is going to be a lot of government subsidies also in this space because of our competition with China, and Alpex Solar will surely benefit in the long term. Do keep an eye out whenever this video releases. The stock would have rallied up a bit, but do keep it in your watch list for the very long term. So the fifth company which I want to discuss is Sterling and Wilson Renewable Energy Limited. As their name suggests, they are also in the business of solar panels, setting it up, setting solar power plants up. That's what they're involved in. This I'm a bit reluctant about the company because the company has been making certain losses in the last few years. But in 2022, Mukesh Ambani's Reliance Industries, a subsidiary of Reliance Industries, came in and acquired 40% of the company. So yes, 40% of this company is being owned by none other than Mr. Mukesh Ambani. So there is a lot of hope that the company can turn around from their current situation and go back into profits, right? The problem here is that the company has a lot of debt on its book. But with the recent acquisition by Reliance and the developments that we are seeing here, right, which says that the company has reached into an agreement with its lenders to restructure all of their loans, it's giving some hope for the future, and surely SW Solar should also be in your watch list. Now you'll be thinking one thing, which is all of these companies would have rallied up so much in the last multiple days or the weeks leading up to the budget, but that is not the game here, guys. The game is for the purely long-term investors who I'm recommending this video CO2. Because the government is backing this solar power project with a lot of firepower, that is where the money is at. The government is going to spend lakhs and lakhs of crores into this project, and all of these companies will surely benefit. The price to earnings ratio of this segment is always going to be high, but the hope here is that there will be continuous growth in all of these companies. If not nothing at all, you can add all of these into the watch list, and even if otherwise, you can now understand that this segment is really hot for the next 5 to 10 years, and surely start to think on which all companies from this sector should be in your watch list. Like, you can do your own research before investing. These 5 stocks are the ones which I am betting on and I am bullish on. So hope you gain some insights into this project and mostly into stocks which are going to benefit from this project. If that is so, leave a like and subscribe to this video. This is Ajay Ajith signing off. Bye bye.